We got it. Good morning. Welcome to this morning's meditation. I am Rev Kari, and today's theme is meta miracles. Meta miracles. And I'm going to start with one of my miracles right here. This bloom on this Christmas cactus. My husband's like, it's almost Valentine's Day. A couple blooms on the Christmas cactus. I have a black thumb, and somehow, after about 5 years, this cute little Christmas cactus has managed to pop, and there are several other little blooms that are going to come through, has managed to pop some blossoms and blooms, and it is such a great fluorescent pink color jamming here next to Crystal Skull Metatron doing work in the field, holding the field, doing its thing. I just need him to set back up there. So that in and of itself is its own miracle. And the field is blossoming, the field is flowering. And that's so much of what finding miracles is all finding. Meta-ing miracles is about, right? Because miracles come out of a field of chaos. They come out of a field of just randomness, the seemingly impossible coming together. And it's our ability to hold a container, to hold a field of just frequency, right? And seemingly abstract things, unrelated, uncorrelated elements and impossibilities for the average eye, for the seen parameters, for the matrix, if you will. Is what makes things seem miraculous to happen. And yet, when we're in the meta field, when we're up in that frequency, that greater perspective, you can see the patterns and the relationships for how all of those things come together. To me, that flower, this beautiful pink Christmas blossom, is a miracle because I have no idea how this little plant that I forget to water all the time has blossomed and bloomed when the percentage of things that have also sat in this same place wither up and shrivel and don't make it for my entire adult life. For as long as I've been trying to keep plants alive, this one is not real, which is why it's always so successful. You get the idea. I don't know how it happens, but I know that the field and the frequency is a big part of it. And I also know that the energy in my life and my field has been blossoming and blooming, and there's direct correlation. So I can see it at those levels. We are going to meta some frequencies today, and in particular, meta some miracles, because it is that time. It is time. We are coming to some completion. It's a lot of action. We're coming up on completion in the natural cycle, right? We are in February, March. We've got about another couple weeks in the celestial calendar, if you will, and before we head into the new year. So with that, let's just go ahead and dive in. It's some time for meta-ing some miracles and calling in the big stuff. And I want you to be connecting with the big aliveness. There's a lot of really heavy energy out there for a lot of us. For me in particular, it was being in some really 3D. This last 2 weeks has been really 3D heavy, heavy, heavy things. And yet I still have to show up and do the work and carry the field and, be in some big transmission frequency and navigate in those spaces. And so, and miraculous stuff is still happening, right? And so we are here to bridge and create coherence between all of these dimensions. And ultimately, that is the miracle. We are capable of doing all of this. And that's what I want for you to feel in your system, is that integration today. And so maybe that in and of itself is the miracle. But also to be able to drop in those random data points, the answer to the question, the thing that you really, 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 I know, need today, that answer to your prayer in any given moment, that is the relief to the pressure valve that you're experiencing. So Go ahead, lick your lips, relax your jaw. Ah, nice deep breath in. And another nice deep breath in. And exhale out. I want you to feel into your field as we begin our light link, just sending your consciousness up to the heavens, up to the above as you look for the sun in your mind's eye. And I want you to notice your pattern of flow, your pattern of energy as you look for the sun. And I want you to feel into your standards of care for yourself. How often are you calibrating to a, let's say, basic light link, right? How often are you calibrating to feeling the light of the sun on your face every day and taking in its infinite intelligence? The sun helps you regulate your hormones. The sun gives your cells the intelligence they need to stabilize and harmonize, no matter what your belief systems are, no matter what your hormonal regulation is, no matter what your day job is. How much sunlight are your cells receiving versus, artificial light, blue light, fluorescent light? So go ahead and let yourself in this light link feel and imagine the sunlight hitting you. But in this moment, we're actually registering and allowing the soul to make its connection. Because how much time are you giving your soul to just receive and do a direct connect to its primordial source? There we go. Everybody's clicking in. It's like plugging in your phone to the charger. So basic. So basic. All right. Now we're going to go to the second part of our light link and just plug into the earth. Shift your focus now. So we've stepped outside. We're plugged in, staring at the sun, and now shift to your feet. Very basic today. Feel your feet in the grass between your toes. If you want to shift to the beach, feet in the sand between your toes. Very basic mechanics today. Is the sand cold? Is it hot? Is the grass wet? Is it cool? Is it hot and dry? Very basic today. Are you on hot pavement? Feel the warmth coming into the base of your feet. Whatever your body needs, let the energy shift through it. Feel the energy exchange. Gaze at the sun. Feel yourself as a battery. Feel the energy drain out your spine as you feel coherence being created between the two polarities. Very simple exercise. Fundamental exercise that gets skipped all the time. Regulate your system, support your system in regulating itself in grounding. Nice deep breaths in, feeling that golden light mixing with the earth energy. Whatever sensation you felt on the earth, whether it was hot or cold, feel it rising as you feel the heat of the sun, the golden light sinking. Let the two sensations swirl together. Beautiful. Keep letting it swirl, the two polarities pulling against each other. We're going to feel a pop in the heart in just a moment. We're creating a dynamic tension in the field. Keep pulling on it. Keep pulling. It's like we're pulling two resistance bands at the gym. The sun down, the earth up. For those of you that have worked with resistance bands, it's like we've got the black band pulling up from the earth. seeing like a red or a yellow, I don't even know what these mean, but I'm seeing a red or a yellow band down from the sun. In just a moment, we're going to let those bands snap, and all that energy is just going to explode into your body, and it's just going to be a big swirl of light. It's going to go nice and quantum 5D. You've got it. Yay. Nice deep breaths in. Let your heart open. Hear the crash of the waves of the ocean. Tailbone open. Let the energy from the top of the mind drain down the spine as though we've opened the spigot in the spine. Do a spinal flush as though the spine is draining. Hose, pipe, open. Just run the hose out. Do a flush. So we are just draining, 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 draining. Here's the thing. If you go real 3D, you are going to run and flush the environment around you. You spend time with lots of other people that especially aren't into this work. Or if you do this work and you're healing, touching, talking, running energy, you've got to flush your field. This is critical. You will get caught in other people's vibrational field. We have to have standards. You're bouncing along and you're like, why can't I manifest? This is the reason why. Because you get caught in other people's vibrational fields, and they may have the best of intentions. They may have better mindsets. They may have better, you may perceive and judge everything about them, but you could also be doing all of the processing for them. So they may be able to have the luxury of having like these easy, laid back personalities because you're doing a lot of the energetic work for them as these brilliant, empathic, incredible, loving people that you are. So flush the field. Flush the field. Drain your system. And as it drains out, you're going to start to feel your body becoming just a dark, empty space like the cosmos. You're going to know it's drained because you're going to feel a brilliant star in the center of your mind's eye against a black backdrop, as though you're looking inside your mind and you just see the cosmos with a star hovering in your mind's eye. And as you gaze through your heart, you're going to see a galaxy. And it's going to look like a galaxy with an ocean reflecting beneath it. That ocean is the oceans of the waters that you've been carrying and needing to drain out. Keep on flushing. Been carrying a lot of stuff, a lot of frequency, not your rodeo, not your frequency. Keep flushing. Open those hips up, especially for the ladies. Especially for the ladies, you may need to even pull your knees up to your chest, do some hip rotations, rotate the knees one at a time. Important for the guys too. What do we call that? It's like an upward dog, maybe. Looks like a seal in yoga. I don't know my yoga poses. It's not what I want you to do right now, but like pop those hips open, stretch the hip flexor, side to side, roll that ball joint of the hip around. Open, close, up, down. If you need to stand up to get a good movement or lay on your back, one leg at a time. Take your time. So often we find ourselves in partnership for all the right reasons. But in the process of that partnership, we carry a lot of energy and weight, and we lose track of what's ours and what's not. And it can get really muddy energetically. And there's never a right or wrong in it. It's just old patterns and timelines shifts. And so today is manifesting. We're metaing the miracles, but the reality is you are the miracle. And the miracles are all right here. It's just they aren't landing because there's too much interference in our field. The miracles have always been there. They're right here. The more you can see the cosmos and those stars, you just need an open field to receive them. That's it. So the moment we can see cosmos all the way through your system, miracles are going to land. We just need to release this ocean. Right now, ocean is stuck. We're clearing the field as soon as ocean is below, well, really out of the toes, we're going to be set. So keep moving those hips, especially that right hip. All right, we're doing energy work today. We're always doing energy work. We're doing body work today, I should say. We got a code to move back left of the spine. This one is a left hip. I'm just reading this field. This is a pelvic code. Just watching it, letting the energy move. Keep breathing in. Nice deep breaths in. Nice big exhales out. There's so many stories I could tell you about this left pelvic floor and the codes that humanity carries here. We could trace back timelines upon timelines upon timelines. At the end of the day, this is a plate that's flipped, but also encoded into this left pelvic floor. It's open, it's in coherence, and we want to upgrade it. I'm just debating how deep I want to talk to you about it, or if we just want to flip it. At the moment, what I want to have everyone do is oh, okay. Sorry, it was speaking to me. I want to have you call on your ancestry. Call on the ancestry of the divine feminine, of your mother, of the mother line, and just honor it. Honor it with love and blessings of the miracle. It reminds me of the story of miracles, of the Guadalupe, and believing in faith. Believing in the faith of the rose and the grail line. In that unlocking the key, the celestial key to truth and love, and to the unified source of consciousness. So taking a nice deep breath in here, the celestial key comes when we're willing to face our greatest fears, knowing that we are part of the whole, that those fears and the greatest degrees of density that we feel within us are that density is as one within us, that we are the miracle because the miracle is already within us, the diamond in the rough, if you will. And so if you can envision that miracle you are looking for is already buried within you, it's buried within this hip bone, if you will. It's buried deep within. So imagine chiseling into the bedrock and finding the diamond. That's the image I want to give you here. It's already in you. So go ahead and play with that imagery. Imagine taking a fine chisel and going through the mountain with nothing more than a tiny chisel and hammer, and instantly a beautiful, infinitely large diamond emerges, the entire mountain being the diamond, and it's yours. And that is the power of the labyrinth of the rose, of this code of unified consciousness that awakens within our heart. That is the miracle. The miracle is already living within you. And so, whatever the prayer is that you've made for today, the intention you've set, whether it's receiving a phone call that has an opportunity attached to it that will solve an immediate challenge you're facing, has an opportunity, has a connection, or maybe just has something that fills your heart with love or great news. You feel that diamond rising within you, the answer from spirit that it's already here. And it's so much greater than anything, any answer you could have come up with or conceived on your own. And so as we feel that cosmos now, feel into that. There's no more ocean and murkiness in your system. A lot of diamonds, maybe. Can feel the galaxy fully engaged in your heart now. And instead of stars, the stars are diamonds, and the diamonds are stars all the way down and through your toes. You are the star burning brightly. You actually are the whole galaxy burning brightly as one. That is how we meta the miracles. And as we see you as this galaxy, as we gaze out now beyond the peripheral of your own celestial being and body, we can see other celestial systems. And through those, miracles upon miracles upon miracles upon miracles. Hmm. We get to be so grateful for the love we've been blessed with, so grateful for the protection, for the light that blesses our hearts each and every day. So grateful for each other, for we are the miracle. With that, namaste. So much love.